Hello, hello, and I guess you're probably wondering where the heck I've been for at least a good, I don't know, week or so. Oh, and just now, not really doing much of anything. Well, that's the thing. I still been having, plans here and there. You know how it is I start something, but the moment the passion just kind of, fleets, it fleets. But hear me out. Most of anything Guilty Gear wise, I've just lost a lot of passion to just keep going on with that. Cause it's like, I don't know. There's like that feeling and fleetingness of like a verse that you like, but phew. What to put it at? You just lost the passion to keep going. Which is why I guess Guilty Gear just sort of has weird odds with me. Oh, by the way, I picked Team White Chocolate because, funny white color. Color that looks like a particular type of special fluid. But what have I been getting into? Recently got Pizza Tower. Even though this game's been in like, I guess the longest amount of, I wouldn't say development hell. It's been about almost 5-something years. Years in the wait. And the game is pretty cool. Yeah, I'll probably keep it at that. Okay, other games I've pretty much gotten over this week. Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden. And most of anyone who probably at least somewhat knows me for Persona, you're probably thinking, oh, is CJ going to power scale Persona? That's the thing. As much as Persona 5 has its scaling, Persona 3 and 4 feel, I don't know, very nuanced. At least in terms of being incredibly nuanced in terms of confidence. At least consistently throughout the both of them. Because again, these were probably like the earliest, balls deepest, this earliest form of confidence you could add into a Persona game. I'm not sure if they had confidence in like shit like Persona 2. Or definitely not Persona 1 on like, what was it? PlayStation 1 when it was like Ikebukuro Persona? But I mean, I'm getting used to it. I wish there was a fucking compendium for like Persona 3 Portable, so my fucking first starter Persona doesn't just get lost into the ether or a fusion. Because come on, Who in their right mind starts with their starter persona in any Persona game? Like, you would not see me. You would not see me. Like, I was lucky enough to just have, like, fucking Izanami for, like, even that long. Before, you know, just deciding, yeah, I'm just gonna fuse this persona. Because there's not much growth out of your starter persona that you're just kind of getting mileage out of. Plus, come on, it's the wild card. You're the fucking wild card. Name a wild card that sticks with their main baseline persona. None. None. Like, Arsene is probably only representation outside of Persona is Smash Bros. Because I don't know. Arsene is sort of like a monstrous beast in Smash, but in actual in game, it's like it's not even close. Arsene kind of gets folded. But like most later on personas. But what other stuff have I been planning? Or at least looking at? New manga I wouldn't call it new manga. It's been out for a while, but I only remember it mostly because of the, I guess, quote unquote controversy around the name being a chain soldier. Or was it Matoi something slave? I know I probably absolutely uber butchered the shit out of it. But at least I'm still, keeping consistency with the name. I think it was either something with Demon Slave or something. Unlike the Japanese cover. Ever when they, do the stuff in the English. But I've been reading through this manga. And yes, I even have like the first 3 physical volumes. And okay, my recommendation for this manga is that if you're not into what I like to say fan service. If I mean fan service, I mean this series, if you're trying to evade fan service like the plague, no, you are looking at the wrong manga. Wrong manga. Because this series does not skip on it, not skip a beat, and unfortunately, it's imbued and baked into its power scaling. Sort of on some high school DxD type shit. Where the main MC literally gets, pretty much winds up in the wrong dimension. You in the wrong house, fool. But in a different dimension. And pretty much is life and death situation, pretty much has to choose to get enslaved and literally get turned into a literal discount persona OC, do not steal. Except it pretty much is just almost a persona, but you can actually share it with other people. Equal for like different power amps. transformations and that shit. Which, that's a pretty interesting ability. But, you know, the main draw towards that power is, you know, you have to fulfill the slave's desires, which again leads into some very lewd situations. Just of course, because the MC is kind of down bad, and of course the rewards are also very down bad. Like, particularly depending on what the request was. Or pretty much the amount of work the MC has to put in. It leads into some saucy situations. And that pretty much goes for, like, also any other girl who pretty much decides to, start, chain sharing the MC. Which, again, leads into either really lewd situations, depending on how long that form is pretty much getting used for. But again, it's not always like that. Again, depends on the work. Or it could be something as, say, the reward be minor as, say, like a kiss on the cheek or a forehead or head pats or some wholesome hand holding type shit. Or it can just go very full on, just no holds barred, almost crossing into some what would I say it? Some almost interspecies reviewers levels of how are they not fucking yet? Because it's like, because there's just so much they're getting away with, okay, do I drop my pants now and grab the lotion type moments? Because the series is slightly just unapologetically horny as shit. Like, really unapologetically just horny as shit. Not that it's a bad thing, because, again, it picks its time and place in between, like, most of the action, which it gets pretty wild, and the power scaling just gets kind of wild with, say, like, these Mato peaches, which, weirdly enough, only females can pretty much gain the power, so yes, it's a power scaling system that's unfortunately curbed by feminism, I guess. I'll probably get into it a little bit later on the interesting question around, like, Mato peaches and, like, what the limitations are, but a lot of them are pretty varying in terms of powers and abilities. Okay, you have all types of shit. Clairvoyance, power mimicry, stat amps, literally just using aura, clairvoyance, and paralysis, summoning, and time stop, spatial manipulation, and the list goes on and on. So, yeah, the Mato peaches kind of go OD, but that's only if you're, like, say, eating these peaches in the human world. If you pretty much eat them in, like, the demon world where these peaches actually come from, you might get turned into a Shuki, which is pretty much just straight up a demon. Which I don't feel like this is much of a spoiler, but the main MC's sister unfortunately winds up in this dimension and is forced to eat one of these peaches to, you know, not get murked by these demon Shuki motherfuckers. And she pretty much winds up becoming a Shuki hybrid of sorts. Again, this is like really dirt early ass chapters. If you're not caught up by like volume 5 to 6, like I don't know what to tell you. You're probably way behind. Just way behind. And the only other antagonist I could think of besides, say, like in like the early arc was like, you know, the, I guess, half Shuki-esque outcasts is that we're pretty much cursed to be, you know, half demon because they ate the peaches, you know, in this dimension. Would be the Thunder Gods, which the Thunder Gods are pretty much their own level of threat. I'm not gonna get too far in detail about them because, again, they're sort of kind of a blur for me. And to just remember absolutely everything they do. But they are definitely a tad bit of a threat, especially since one of them starts going straight up just Majin Buu at one point and pretty much absorbs a few characters. Not gonna mention who, but they do start becoming a bit of a threat. Threat for that little arc. But, ooh, this one chick with the, I guess, 7 Buddha Shiva type powers. Again, I can't remember the fucking name of her powers, but she's like the most fucking dumb, crazy lady in the series. Which, yeah, she sort of starts having this, I guess you would say, weird session where I guess the white-haired, fuck, I can't remember her name. Man, again, most of these names are still really fresh to me, so again, I'm not the best who can say names here and there. But I'm gonna just refer to her as, you know, our second MC with the white hair. There again, you're gonna have to, you know, fucking correct me in the comment section. Like, you're free to correct me in the comment section if I don't give her name, or, you know, just refer to her as the girl with the white hair. But or MC number 2. It's just I'm not 100 when it comes to these Japanese having ass names. And like, it's a fresh new series I'm just now getting into. And like, you know, I was mad impatient. Like, I'm not even gonna wait on like English translations. I'm going straight to manga decks. It's type impatient, which I guess that's sort of a problem with me. I'm always impatient when it comes to new series or series I want to just get into. Which is why I just sort of stopped being like a Toonami baby. Like, fuck having to wait an entire Saturday to just watch an anime. Fuck that. Fuck that. That shit can go eat a dick. Now, as far as I'm into the series, I'm only about, at least from like manga decks, I'm up to about volume 14. And the slave contract ability, yes, that's pretty much like the main power that the MC and like secondary MC are pretty much, being collaborating in tandem with, and yes, this power also gets stronger in its base form the more more they pretty much, chain share this power to other characters to, ride on. Which, yeah, this power can give, does have like some interesting quirks. Like, certain characters either increase power or lower speed. Sometimes increase speed but lower power. Or vice versa. Sometimes you get banes and boons of both. Or you pretty much have that one where it just became a super fucking OP, but is uncontrollable and berserk as shit. And practically has like an AoE kill move. Which, unless you were literally that one thunder god that literally tried pulling some absolute bullshittery out their ass, this and somehow countered it somehow. Like, I don't know how the hell they countered it. But it was some absolute crazy bullshit. Like, I don't know how the fuck you counter it, but I guess these thunder gods are way more of an opposition than I thought. But what else can I even say about the series so far at this point? Besides, I guess, gushing about the fucking power scaling. I guess my disappointment of it through versus Battle Wiki. Now, most of the scaling they pretty much just have on it so far is literally from like 2019, 2020 type years, which is super fucking old. Like, Jesus Christ, these guys are behind some volumes, and like, I already see like the supporter page has like Matthew Scrotum on there. Yes, I still call him Scrotum because, again, he's one of those versus wiki nerds who I just never take serious. Just no matter what. Because he's always such an advocate of consistency. See, like, bruh, this is the same dude that looked at the fucking dog Negan calc for fucking Triss versus Black Hole feet and said, oh, but it's inconsistent. What about the consistency? See, like, bruh, this only scales to Trish. Why are you pussyfooting around consistency? See, it's not like fucking Rex is gonna scale to that. You'd be better off just only saying, like, original webcomic Rex could scale to that. Like, you ain't gotta be worrying, pussyfooting, and fretting over no, suburban hero Rex. It's dealing with that type of shit. Like, you don't. Like, I swear. I swear. Where these guys always just they always complain about the consistency. See, to an obnoxious degree. It's obnoxious. Which is why, like no wonder the fucking verse hasn't even been updated. The verse doesn't even have like a discussion page. Like, this is literally just a sandbox shoveled verse. Which, again, I'm just kind of looking at it like it's really kind of down bad. Like, even at, like, the speed portion, like, you're not even getting like subs, like barely subsonic sonic speed feats, like barely that, because of course it's very early ass feats, except, oh, I guess they somehow decided to just gobble on to like volume 5 and get to like chapter 90 or something. Yeah, somehow, some way. And literally took the Washington kick all the way up into Japan. For like, I guess, massively hypersonic. But again, the verse is still new, still fresh. And of course, these calcs are still kind of old. Like, the highest AP they've at least gotten is like at least town level for like the one giant girl. Oh, pretty much, you know, it's pretty much crushing and smushing the ground with her entire body weight. Sort of like at least cooler Mount Lady. Which, honestly, I could probably see a match between her and Mount Lady in like maybe a death battle. I can see it. I can see it. Again, I know Niotic's probably gonna be like, man, don't you remember the names? I'm telling you, guy, if you're even somehow gotten 30 minutes past here, come on, guy, come on, you know I haven't gotten used to all the names. No, I haven't gotten used to all the names. But I think that's all I got to say on, say, Chain Soldier. Now, the only other books I think I'm even collecting so far is like Soul Eater, the Complete Edition, and Fire Force. I know Fire Force technically only has like 2 more volumes to fill up on my shelf before, you know, series is finished, and you know, they come to the big conclusion that it was actually a prequel to the Soul Eater. I guess the versus cosmologies pretty much are tandem to each other in a way. Where I guess Death technically does have like scaling. Failing to Shinra, but hear me out. I don't believe Outerversal Shinra. Mostly because it has issues. When I say issues, I mean it's nuanced issues. Because, yes, I can agree with my friends that, you know, all concepts of space and time, hey, would inherently be Outerversal, but again, that depends on the context of the verse. And it's not always, say, a absolute catch-all word half of the time. Because the normal assumption is that, concepts like space and time are, in like a universe, is considered like 4D by default. At least by my standards, they're at least considered like 4D by default. Like unless there's like an actual, say, shit like a Hilbert space based in the concept, like there's no reason for a concept to extend to that type of level with no context. It's just weird. It's just weird. I'm not saying you can't hop skip the outer. It's just there's smarter, better ways to get to outer that don't require hop skipping. Like, I'm not saying you can't go concept route. It's just don't go concept route that's very false. Oh, I know certain people in fucking certain servers probably wouldn't be, complaining and that shit. But it's like, I don't know. No, I don't see Universal Shinra. I don't see their concept of mathematics literally being like concepts of, say, Hilbert spaces. These are infinite dimensions. This is like a baseline axiom. Because again, mathematics can mean anything, but they don't mean the absolute highest catch-all. Like, I just don't see it like that. Who knows? Some people kind of prefer going that route. I don't know, but I never really take it that serious. But I guess it's sort of a big bump. But like Uni plus to like maybe 5D would probably work. Again, that's me being at least generous. Generous to believe, like, say stuff like the Adola is like a higher dimension than, say, like the universe's space-time continuum. And that shit. But that's all I really got to say on that. But man, oh man. I remember having somewhat of a project in mind. It was pretty much called the Guilty Gear drama CD animated, which, you know, I was gonna take like the drama CDs and I guess quote unquote animated in like C.justise trophy mode, which, you know, I could pose the characters and, you know, remake the scenes and, you know, I guess you would say still-ish animation. At least somewhat make it like a slideshow presentation using the character models. That was my biggest mistake because one, I could probably only maybe get away with it in like maybe Exard. Because I remember Knight of Knives has a character who hasn't been in the games of Strive yet, being Slayer, and we don't even have a mod that properly puts him in the game. And one, I am not that artistic to go into like full using like 120 or 30 something fucking eddies to make a literal silhouette art piece of fucking Slayer in the background. And I'm like, I am not that artistic. Like, that is peak insanity if you're asking me to do something like that. Which I just kind of shelved the project to say, I guess being more of a pipe dream. Because it feels too much like a big project for one dude like me to do. It feels more like something I would need a community to really back me up on that and, you know, actually do this as like a collaboration between like all Guilty Gear fans. But I don't think Guilty Gear has that type of fan base big enough for like an animation project like that. Like, I'm not saying Guilty Gear is niche, but it isn't huge. It's somewhere in the middle. And that's the problem, it's somewhere in the middle. Which isn't a good thing or a bad thing, it's just expecting a lot of progress to happen is just not in the cards. It's just not in there. Which is unfortunate. Because I still think the project could be doable, but it's like, I don't know. It's either my this slightly lost interest in drawing. I used to be able to draw. Again, I know that's sort of cruel irony for somebody who has like a degree in graphic arts to say, oh, I can't really draw that good anymore. Which, it's unfortunately true. I can't really draw more say I don't draw as much, so I've gotten much rustier. So it's like, I don't know, getting back in the artistic flow it feels more hard to get back into, who would say like I can't draw anymore. Because I used to be able to do it. It's just I haven't done it in so long. But Mom, I don't know. other things I've been planning on doing throughout the week. Got new albums. I pretty much got a Czar Noir, which the new Czarface album that had a comic with it. Probably never been seen before. Towards the light of day, where Czarface is just time traveling to prehistoric times and pretty much has to travel back and pretty much fight an evil version of himself in this comic. Which, wait, now I know why the hell this album was probably like $70 fucking because no one's ever seen this comic before, period. And it's not even on like the Czarface website. I think that has like all the extra tidbit comics, which is probably why this album is the price of what it is. But yeah, and it was like 60, but 70 with taxes. Taxes and shipping and handling and that shit. Otherwise, it's an alright, like, say, instrumental album. Like, I wouldn't say it's like one of Czar's strongest albums, but it's definitely like good on its own in terms of if it was like a $30 album. But I'm pretty sure it's only like 60, 70 because of said, comic book. Look, and the artwork attached to it. Probably giving it some crazy ass value. And the fact that it was the only one in stock, also adding some value. Other albums I've gotten, on the Avion Galleon, because of course, I was an Ava fan, but it's like one of those series I slightly got ruined for me because of power scaling. And just certain groups I was in that power scaled it, but I don't really think about it anymore because, again, I'm not in those groups anymore. Or so it's like a no biggie lost history on me. And, I'm pretty much back in, Avion Galleon chair and, I'm enjoying the music. Like, I'm falling back in love with it. Now let me think. Oh man, I'm looking at like my old Magic System Explained for Guilty Gear. Where I was gonna go over I guess sort of like a, not so much power scaling, but more skill proficiency with magic type of deal with say who's the most best with said element of magic, while pretty much explaining how the magic system, sort of works in Guilty Gear. Again, that was when I was passionate about Guilty Gear, and now I'm just sort of apathetic towards it. So we're more like I pretty much spurred and splurred like most of my good energy into making that Garfield video. Mostly because I unfortunately wasted most of that good energy trying to fulfill Garfield CRT and Versus Wiki, which, of course, bad idea. Not because the CRT got, defunct or just rejected. It's more because Versus Battle Wiki is very, very, very slow if it's a very, very niche verse. Or a verse that just does not get support from a lot of numbers. And the discrimination kind of makes itself pretty clear. Here of which verses are niche and which are just not getting shit because you're not a fucking monster giga smurf. And it's pretty sad. Sad to see verses just kind of peter out like that. Which is why, I just sort of make YouTube videos on it. I don't care if they're popular, if they're in the top 300 somethings. No, I just do this shit for passion about, a series or verse that I like. I can, most of any verse that, I'm currently, doing a power scaling video, or analysis on stuff like that. I'm doing this shit out of passion. More than anything. If it doesn't make any views, then so be it. See it. Like, I'm not gonna cry over it. Like, as much as I want to do, like, say, like, I don't know, Ninjala power scaling video. Again, I have, like, all the mindset for it. I'm passionate for it. It's a verse I like. But you're probably wondering, like, oh, is this gonna be new on the radar? Again, it might be, but the problem is I haven't gotten through all the series. And yes, it's a series that also has a manga. So where it's like I have to do, I guess, most of the scaling by myself, which, again, when I have to do like scaling by myself, often there isn't, say, like a, I guess, benchmark I can literally work off of. I guess it's more, say, harder to envision getting the scaling done if it's not, say, like, small, simple steps to get her done. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to, like, observe just every little thing. instead of just, watching everything just as a whole, and not just, sometimes keeping an eye out. I mean, either that or I've probably just gotten slightly lazy and just haven't kept up with like the Ninjala anime. Which, I guess that's more like an L on my part for just not keeping up with it. Other than that, finally got a new bed, new furniture. It's pretty nice. Again, I'd probably make it up, and maybe post it on my community page a little bit later. But man, what else on the radar even to really say right now? What else? I remember sort of having like a plan for like, I guess I guess it was more of a quote unquote like, like not safe for work what ifs. But I sort of, shit. Talking about that, I absolutely forgot on the ball on like one of the questions since I was about to get into for like Chain Soldier, because I remember having this talk with Niotic at one point, like, because certain characters in the series, again, kind of crosses the line between, say, okay, maybe buff macho females towards, okay, is this a dude or a transgender person? Not dissing, if it is, because, no offense, they straight up just kind of look like a dude. Dude with that extra masculine ass looking face. And they're not like, no, it's not like some tomboy type excuse where they still look kind of bangable from behind. No. It is butch macho from front and back. And it's like, is this a dude with Mato Peach powers? Like, and then I have to like literally double check, and like, no, it's like, no, oh, those were females. Females with those powers, so I was wrong. And again, it kind of pondered a question on me, Can transgender people even eat the Mato Peaches to get powers? Again, absolute fucking hot take question from me, of all people. Like, absolute fucking hot take. As far as I know about the series, most males pretty much no male can pretty much get powers from the Peaches. So, again, it's gonna be kind of controversial to say it, but transgender females probably can't get that. Probably can't get that power, if they identify as that. Because, I think it sort of has like that limitation where you had to either be born a female, so like, I guess weirdly enough, transgender males who identify as male probably can get that. But that also just sort of ponders another question, like, what about surgeries? Like, would a transgender female that recently just had surgery just be, still be able to gain powers through the peaches? Or what about, say, characters who are, born kind of hermaphrodite-ish, like, say, Poison from Street Fighter? Here, what if they ate one of those peaches? Would they be able to get powers? Powers or not? An even bigger question, what about the opposite? Did say like a female pretty much transitions to being a male through the surgery. Will they keep their Mato Peach powers? Or will they lose them? Which even then, I wouldn't be surprised if like some type of weird gender transformation power through the Mato Peaches was even possible, since again there's even some Mato Peach powers that literally allow for literal life and death transferal and literal transmutation. Again, mostly small scale transmutation stuff to like say clothing and whatnot. Again, these powers are kind of wicked, wild, and varying depending on the girl. Again, you can have your girl unfortunately be straight up just fucking Dio, or literally we just become Discount Palkia, being spatial random motherfucker out of existence. Again, I know these questions are probably kind of wild hot takes that'll probably either never really get answered, or I'd be surprised if they even got pushed through a Q&A if possible, or not. Like, it might, it might. Again, it really depends on how popular the series might get. Man, it's crazy how I even brought that question just back after how many minutes? I'm probably not keeping up track with that. But I guess in other news, I guess regarding at least about an hour in, like, oh, what about Splatoon? I'm not sure if I should probably spoil you to this, but white chocolate does win. When pretty much like the very next day after this, after pretty much this event. Mostly because I think I either had work or I probably forgot a day. It was probably work. Or I never have enough time to pretty much play a fucking Splatfest. It's like I have work. Just, going to and from here and there. Or just sort of throwing everything off today. Well, again, you know how it is. You know how it is. and you gotta work, and if but what else to say? What else to say? What else to say? What else to say? Whatever series I've been keeping on the ropes. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. Oh, that one. It feels like I've been wanting to get passionate about that, but it's like I wanted to get into a collab with, my homies, Infinite Core Eye, because we were supposed to watch that way back in the day, but we never were able to watch it because I was impatient. I didn't wait. And so I splurged through the series without them, and this was their first time, or at least somewhat, seeing the series. And we were getting through like some crazy shit, just crazy shit. But we it's just getting into VC nowadays is like, I don't know. It just seems like we never really able to, I guess, communicate anymore, which I guess that gets more into like a heavier thing I sort of have to tell myself about. It's like there's a few people I just don't communicate with no more, or just don't talk about it anymore. Corin O'Keefe, I don't talk about it. Simple as that. I don't talk about him. For all as I know, relationship, shit, anything business wise, things is pretty much, done, over with, terminated. And the only thing I'm pretty much gonna get you, the who, where's, why's, and what's, is pretty much just absolute, utter blue lobster behavior. Just complete, utter blue lobster behavior. That's just it. That's just it. No longer, in cahoots into like any debate servers like that anymore. Because I don't know, I guess it's more draining just to be up in there. And some of these servers I've either been shadow banned. Hell, I'm not even gonna mention them by name because hell, it's been like how many days, how many weeks since the shadow banning? I'm not even sure I was even that active. Could have been a good quarter, half of them. Fuck, who knows? Who knows? For all I know, fucking Corin probably told people to start shadow banning me because I'm bad people. People do some shit behind my back. I don't know. I don't know. No, you stop associating with certain people for a good reason. And since, fucking Corin decided to put the fucking nail in the coffin to just up and block me, I guess he don't want to communicate nothing with me no more. Short and simple. Which If he wants to do that, then so be it. Hell, I can force a man to fucking apologize if you don't want to. Especially if he ain't gonna be fucking sincere about it. But, I guess in other news, I have somewhat been sort of, I guess you would say, on and off here and there with versus Battle Wiki. Mostly because, I don't know, Undertale's been sort of here, there, off again, and kind of weird. Oh, stuff fell. Nothing important. I really do gotta reference like nothing important. Or in here, there, later, thou. But it's mostly been Undertale rats. When I say rats, I mean it's mostly shit that's been weirdly accepted into Undertale that kind of weirdly somewhat made sense, but again, it feels more like there's like a slight leniency on, say, shit that's allowed. Which again, versus Battle Wiki's kind of weird like that. Where they sort of weirdly accepted that one scene from fucking Grillby's. They uses, say, time stop and sort of weirdly connect the fucking conjuncture to it. With the Sans fight, right? So that he time stops, but it's like a time stop where it's like, he can't really attack while in a time stop. It's sort of like the exact opposite of, say, Dio, is it more, say, I wouldn't say like Dio Volvo. Would it be something like Goldo? No. He has to hold his breath. I guess Sans is technically somewhat limited. But again, there are still people who still hard wank Sans into dirt. Where I guess people are weirdly just taking the fucking Sans beat the shit out of Frieza. Frieza shit, like, really. This is really too hard because again, versus Battle Wiki is absolute fucking hot garbage. It's trying to argue soul resistance for Dragon Ball characters. If you were wondering. And of course, versus Battle Wiki, they're always, equalize speed button. But they're fair enough to at least do that. But it's like, yeah, they couldn't argue Hakai as being soul based. When they couldn't argue as being like soul based, Frieza pretty much just kind of, I don't know, got folded. And they just kind of went for Reason's train. And mostly since Frieza didn't have, like, say, the form of telekinesis, like, say, I don't know, say, Chaozu or Goku post Saiyan's fight, right, where it's mental based. Unfortunately, Frieza's is more, you can clearly see a projectile. Also, Sans would instinctively dodge it. gadget type thing. And since he now has, like, say, shit like time stop, he can instinctively dodge and just time stop himself out of the way of getting hit. Which, I guess that works. But I guess DBZ niggas were just absolutely too persistent to just, just not call it a stomp at that point. Like, really hammer in that fucking Frieza could win. Mostly because, fucking Frieza just gets his soul Duranegged, I guess. Which, again, it kind of dawned the realization that fucking DBZ is probably like the most bully cannon fodder verse to be bully cannon foddered. It's kind of funny, but also kind of sad. I don't know. If no one can literally gaslight these dudes into just getting like spiritual ki, then yeah, I'm pretty much just kind of done with them. That's sort of an L on their half if they literally just can't be gaslit hard enough into doing that. But since everybody and their mama pretty much wants to do a fucking CRT on Dragon Ball, and just every Dragon Ball thread just gets immediately fucking toxic as shit. Because, that's the curse of being a popular verse on VSB and not, say a niche-ass verse like, say, Fate Stay Night. Hey, where you have more, I guess you would say, quote-unquote, the civil people amongst the group. The civil nerds. Nerds, as they would put it. Yeah, I guess Dragon Ball just sort of has that bad, cursed rap. Ironically, something like Undertale. Another pet peeve I pretty much just kind of don't like on Versus Wiki. I say countless universes. Mostly because it crosses the line of technically not, multi-universal plus or like infinite. But it's kind of annoying. I mean, in the sense of, I say it's annoying in the sense of not being infinite, but technically above anything that's finite in nature because it's not really countable. Which, yeah, that's a vague version of, say, a guaranteed one-shot for you're like a Versus Wiki nerd. Cause it's uncountable one shots, which is a big if you're not really leading with anything good with hacks that really counter that AP point, because again, it's dealing with shit that's in 4D. Which again, if you're not really have like any good trump cards against that, like, I don't know what to tell you. Oh yeah, you're kind of fucked. Which, I guess where else does that leave me to even say for the day? Like, what else is there even left to say? Oh man, I'm not sure about this one game that's been sort of weirdly sitting in brew on like my Steam page. Humaniki, like You know, the little girl with the really weird dreams and that shit. Like, oh, why don't you play this game? It's like a Mori. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I almost soft locked myself off accidentally because, again, everyone said, oh, go into this game 100% blind. I mean, it will be an experience. Yeah, I almost got fucking soft locked. Because I didn't have like a particular power slash ability and I got stuck in a real infinite corridor. Or I was literally stuck in the fucking back rooms. I was like, what the fuck is this backrooms video game? Ain't even about. So yeah, it's been sort of sitting on my Steam page, just sort of not played, like, ever. Even less than, say, Nicktoons All-Star Brawl, when, you know, Nicktoons All-Star Brawl was, you know, all the hype. Oh yeah, I guess this is the next day part where I, you know, boot up Splatoon again and, you know, get to those results. By the way, if you're wondering, ooh, there was a slight glitch here and there because I think my HDMI cord was weirdly not plugged at one point. And yes, white chocolate does sort of bus slide through everything. And ooh boy, fucking white chocolate. Fucking white chocolate beats every other chocolate on fucking Black History Month. Like, goddamn. Like, goddamn. I guess another story I'd probably be able to, I guess share here and now. I remember at least one story where I'm just gonna say I encountered a fake Pokemon game. When I say encountered a fake Pokemon game, I'm pretty sure this was left as a cruel gotcha. You thought you was getting a Pokemon game, but nah, that shit was fucking SpongeBob. You know, type prank. Where I guess my dumbass was either just kind of not quick enough to realize that, yeah, this bad boy did not have like a barcode, code or tag. It was in a plastic case. And ooh, I should have noticed when I opened it that it had like a little micro SD card or in the chip, like in the cartridge, or just sticking out from the side. And oh boy, the teeth on, say, the cartridge was red and not green, which was, I guess my brain should have taken that as a red flag that this might not be the Pokemon game that's actually a Pokemon game. Because when I boot it up, yeah, it was SpongeBob, Night the Flying Dutchman, which, yeah, I didn't play that motherfucker. Because, come on, who the fuck is going to play fucking SpongeBob, Night of the Flying Dutchman? I mean, like, for reals, come on. What the hell do I look like to you? I got fucking punked. And it's on, like, fucking March the 1st. Not even April. It's not even April. April the 1st. It's March the 1st. Where, yeah, I definitely got fucking punked. Punked, pwned. Just made full ass goofball. But, ugh. Oh man, now I'm trying to start remember like stuff I remembered from like Chain Soldier again. Pretty much one of those Thunder Gods starts unfortunately a bit of a vor arc. Like, because you know, you remember what I was talking about them kind of going a bit of a Majin Buu arc. Of course, you know, there was gonna be vor in here. And this bitch is probably the most biggest can of unbridled horny energy in the series. Is where, yeah, she was definitely planning to get Shaggy with the MC after literally watching two people in their fucking apartment pretty much which make a beast of two backs, if you know what I mean. And how many situations has the MC pretty much just had his face full of literal titty, ass and almost clapped and plapped some cheeks? I'm like, bruh. I'm like, I'm lucky that, you know, even after his sister's literally been transformed into a demon, they did not go, you know, say the very, very obvious, brother, sister, or type dynamic for, what are you doing, step bro? It's no, calm down. They're blood related. Like, we're not going that route. Like, please stop. Like, we're like I know some people were probably more disappointed that it doesn't go that route. Because, I don't know, we were kind of down bad. Yeah, we're on that incest shit just for the, you know, the flavor of the taboo. Which, I don't know, I can't blame them on that. Alright, if the anime is literally showing a dummy, thick MILF or a sister who's well endowed, it's, I don't know, it's hard to not get your mitts in there and do some dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Again, it's more an anime trope of anything. Unless you're actually from Alabama. Nah, the reality trope becomes reality. But I'm still waiting on, like, you know, Volume 14 to come out, at least in Japan. There's supposed to be an anime that's supposed to be coming sooner or later down the line. And it's in, like, CG, which, there's certain bits where CG works and certain bits where CG just kind of looks a little weird. Because I know some people are definitely not down for CGI. Unless, you know, we're talking like maybe on like the monsters. Because I feel like on the monsters it works. But everything else, it's like, I don't know. It's a big can of I don't know on that. But again, they have a lot to work with. Like, they're not even into episode 1 yet, and they're at least 14, at least 13 volumes behind. So again, they have like plenty of time to work on the series. And this series has been out since what? 2019 is about the earliest. Because again, you gotta remember these manga take a while. They take a while, and sometimes there's, you know, a hiatus. Now, would I probably get like an action figure of, say, like the MC, seeing like their monster form? Hell yes. Yes, the monster form and base is probably the coolest looking design they got. Like, I can see it being like an action figure. I can see it. Will the series actually get popular enough to get off the ground? Again, I'm hopeful. Again, I tell you, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Boy, how long has it been now? Hour and 20-something minutes now. Well, almost 30-something minutes. But, oh man, what's the last topic I'm really gonna get down? I'm really gonna get down. Get down for as of late. Oh shit, like Blade Devil. It feels like I was planning on doing that for like the longest. And I'm still passionate about it, so it's not like I've been giving up passion on it. It's just, there's nothing really too like big on it, unless I really want to go this route. No, but it's not really confirmed or denied yet if the scaling should be applicable or not, since again this series has been in developments for quite a while, but it's definitely turned its profit. Because I'm definitely a fan of the series. Now, matchups for, say, Ishara? And yes, I know. How the hell do I know Ishara's name? Came from fucking Blade Devil, yet I can't remember the fucking female MC from like fucking Chain Soldier. I don't know. Man, I don't know. I'm just slightly inconsistent like that. Sometimes I remember a name, sometimes I don't remember a name. But Ishara, I can probably see her getting in like maybe a death battle between her and Guts. But again, that's only really if I could get like the power scaling. Like solidly in there. Again, solidly in there. Because again, I only really have like the one comic. And it's probably gonna be another year-long hiatus. Hiatus of sorts before even the next. Before even the next series just, or at least the next volume of like the book even comes out. I don't expect the series to, come out in no fucking light novel. Again, I know fans are passionate for it, but I don't think they're that passionate for it to read a whole fucking chapter book with just no fan service just in there. Like, this is not a Fate Stay Night or I don't know, no game, no life type series. Like, it's just not that type of series to just, we're just gonna write a light novel. It's gonna garnish views. Like, no, it's not that type of series. But, I guess since we're sort of, winding down the clock, I guess all I got to say left for, like, say, the last 44 seconds is that, keep an eye out for, new content here or there in the future. And, yeah, I hope y'all see y'all later.